on, man? This is episode, what is it, 55? The 55, there you go. East Meets West, guys, man. Well, we're on a roll on this one, man. Yes, man, we're back, and we have a familiar face, guys. There you go, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I'm your boy Joker, man. As always, man, I'm here with my West Coast Connect, man, Gomez, the Comic Collector.
Yes, yep. Back at it again, Sunday, so Sunday fun day. Just can't wait to just talk about some topics we have coming up, and hope you guys enjoy it. It's, it's only the three of us, the three musketeers, so we're gonna be doing this today. So let's go.
Yeah, guys. So if you was hoping to see Josh or James, yeah, they took a day off.
No JJ today.
We gave him a day off today.
Yeah, no J and J.
I'm coming off straight off the bench, the sixth man.
That's it. And also, man, from Hawaii, man, my man Doom, man, 143. What is going on, bro?
Yeah, what's up, man? Today I'm going by the Comic Pimp 143. Nothing much, man. Like I just told you off air, I just got back from Seattle, a little business trip. My family was doing their vacation while I was doing my business. Nice city, beautiful city. I like it. I don't have to go back. It's quick.
That's what's up. That's
yeah,
what's
you
up,
can
man.
go there. You can. I feel like New York, you still need 2-3 days.
Yeah.
California, LA and stuff, you need a bunch of days. Seattle, just one day.
And they cover everything.
Yeah, you cover everything, man. Go to Pike's Place, go to Space Needle, you're done. You can move on to the next state. So.
Oh man, it's good to have you back, dude, man. As always, man. We got a couple things we want to talk about, man. We're going to talk about some Loki, some Black Widow, some comic shop talk. We're going to talk some of that. Do a little show and tell in a few, man. But before we start that, man, we are going to give our friends of the show a little shout out, man. You know what I mean? So first off, we got Jose Gonzalez, man, at Spidey's Powder Tumblers, guys. Jose Gonzalez, hit him up on IG at Spidey's_powder_tumblers. Get your custom made powder coated stainless steel tumblers, guys, with Jose Gonzalez there, man. Excellent work, man. The man is he does great work, man. Keychains, as you can see, knives, just shit like that, man. Just hit him up.
Yo, I'll tell you this much, man. I use my knife like I don't even know so much, and that fucker is still sharp. So it's actually a product. It's actually a good product, man. It's not just engraving, but the product that he puts out is actually really good. So FYI.
There you go. Just give me a second, guys.
I'm just saying, it's a good product, Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, guys.
I ain't talking about his product anymore.
Next up, right here.
I don't know, but mine was dull as fuck.
This is what happens when the sixth guy comes off the bench. Everything's all fucked up.
Now we fixed that, man. All right. So here we got Express comic book presser from EROD212, guys, man. Use your code EMW10, guys. Get the percent off on his pressing services. Hit him up on IG at EROD212 or Express CBP, guys, on IG, or email him at expresscbp@yahoo.com, guys. And through him, you can submit through CGC and CBCS, guys. But with the CGC, you get a 10% discount through his submissions. All right. And then we have over here skeletoncomics.com, guys. Here you can pre-order your books. You can make a list of your books, and you can catch that full seat from here, East Meets West. And
Fridays, baby.
What you pick up, and they got you, man. Here you have comic book supplies, you have action figures, you have Funko Pops. Yeah, man. And he has a one-time code, guys, at EMW10. You also have Thoro 10, and then you have New York Warriors, guys, as a one-off code. And then last but not least, man, I'm gonna give a shout out to ANS Comics again. I gotta make another flyer. This is so far right now is all right with them, man. But yeah, man, this is a good way to make a pull list too. And another LCS on IG, man. This is Broski's LCS. He gets his books through here. And yeah, man, I've gotten books from ANS through Broski. So yeah, man, they're good guys, man. Hit him up. We had him on our show, and great dudes. Yeah, it was a great episode that we had with ANS, man. Great talking shop with them, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we might have them on again. So those are our friends of the show, guys, right? So yeah, man. Let me hit up this week. Let me hit up people in the chat saying what's up real quick, man. We got Agu in there. We got Discovery Bake, Degenerate DNA, Wilbur's in the house. Comics are great. Anthony, what's up, bro? We got Chinmo in the house. Uncanny Swag. Emerald Knight is here. Cat Saddle, excuse me, is here. Bricks and Geek, I said already. Who else we have here? CFAF, man. Appreciate everybody reposting too for the show tonight, man. Wilbur, Anthony Coda then, and we got Lona Espinoza and Psychoholic Comics. We are caught up. Thank you everybody again for joining us tonight, guys. So yeah, man, we're gonna start off with talking on some cover tunes, guys. You know how we do with over here at CBSI.com, guys, comicbookinvest.com. This is like the place you need to go, man. If you want to, learn some comic books, man. Here they have dope articles, man. They have dope articles, like my man Mike Morello has put for cover tunes and cover fire. And he, there's another article I've got to start reading. I want to start reading. It's like first appearance of G.I. Joe's. I think there's an article I just saw there too. So yeah, man, great guys over there at comicbookinvest.com too, guys. That's the wrong shirt, bro. That's the wrong shirt.
I had this shirt in Seattle. I was crossing the street. I swear, this guy, he looked at my shit like he was I think he was confused and mad all at the same time, yo, bro. Like I had this shirt on and he was just like, he didn't know what was going on.
Yo, yeah, you had him all fucked up.
I got him all fucked up. It was like he was the number one fan. Yeah. He was so confused, bro.
All right, so let me just put this over here. What the hell is cover tunes thing? All right, there we go, guys, man. And this week he's going to be doing Black Widow, all right? This is issue 168 from Mike Morello at Cover Tunes, guys, and he calls it Widow's Peak, guys, Widow's Peak. So we're going to start off, and he's going to go on by decades with these books, guys. As a reminder, I am not including incentive covers in this article, but none will break 3-digit only he's now including incentive variants in this article, but nothing that will break like 3 digits price barrier. And we'll see what we have here, man. We'll start off with the 70s, guys. Start off with the 70s.
Is Kingdom Comics talking to himself again? Stop it, King. Stop talking to yourself.
I got wifey in the chat there, man. All right, so we got Daredevil issue 83, guys. Cover done by John Romita Sr., guys. This cover is simply beautiful. Nice Bronze Age cover there. Guys, this is what my man Morello has put down. He put the average price for this book is going to be from $10 to $15. I like that he does that. And then from here, he writes down from Daredevil issues 81 through 124, Black Widow appears either on the cover in her own right-hand side corner box and or in the actual title of the book. And then again, a little while into the middle run and issue 155, 158 through 160, she acted essentially as a precursor, to Elektra, as the female sidekick interest. Elektra pop up on 168 a few years later, once Miller had really taken the helm of the 1980s, and that was the end of Black Widow for a while. Guys, this Bronze Age cover, guys, what does it do for you, man?
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I think I've seen a few of these at the LCS, a couple of these issues at the LCS that I usually go to. I like the box cover variant, or what they call it, box cover style. They did it back in the days. This was one of the keys that Black Widow was really introduced with Daredevil, which was pretty neat, which I didn't know, and I really found out, I think, like middle of last year, going through some research. So that's pretty dope. John Romita, you can't go wrong.
And Doom.
Yeah, for sure. Classic, man. You got the yellows and reds, which I don't know, for some reason, a lot of people just love when it comes to Bronze Age. Daredevil's falling down. Black Widow just pimp slapped him. So, I mean, I don't know what you want me to say.
Common Pip knows about that.
It's a classic. I mean, I don't know if it's classic, but it's a nice cover.
It's beautiful art there from Romita. Definitely nice. Bronze Age. I like that. I like those Marvel Bronze Age covers where they show you the image and then like the text titles is like there's nothing behind that.
See, that's the thing you get with these comics versus back in the days. You actually have a little bit of talking. Mm-hmm. You actually have you actually have something going on. You know what I mean? Like you don't just have one single picture. Like there's actually a lot of stuff, and it actually wants you. It makes you want to actually dive into the comic.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's what the Bronze Age did very well, is it made you pick up a comic, look at the front, and be like, holy shit, I want to see what's going on inside.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
Yeah, there we go.
I agree, bro. So we're going to go from the 70s to the 80s, man. We're going over here to Marvel Fanfare issue number 11. Cover done by George Perez, man. Also Perez, man. My man put down that this book ranges from 12 to 20. This one got a little love a few years ago because of the Iron Maiden villain spec, but it has come way down and back to earth. I featured it on the previous issue before, and while I like the cover a lot, I like this one better and more dynamic and just simply drawn together. And I am gonna agree with Morello because this one has a lot going on in the cover. And that corner box sucks on that one. Guys, what you think of this one?
It's a Marvel fanfare. I'm not really too big upon that kind of series or that kind of issue that Black Widow had. It's okay. It's something that I wouldn't pick up myself, though. Not knowing it was George Perez cover, I didn't know that, but no, it's okay. Like you said, it's a lot of hodgepodge around the background, so it's a decent comic, but nothing I would catch my eye. Let's just say that.
Yeah, so this cover, I mean, this book was hot. Like, it was like seriously hot at one time because of the whole Iron Maiden. I'll tell you one thing though. I mean, I could be wrong in this statement, but this is how I truly feel. When it comes to a lot of people on one cover or a lot of things happening on one cover, I don't really think you can beat George Perez. Like, if you see some of his iconic stuff that he done, like especially when what is that when somebody died. Well, they're carrying the person.
Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And all the people collectively, like in the back, he had like almost every freaking superhero. I mean, when it comes to a lot of I don't know if you can beat George Perez. There might be a couple other people, but that's kind of hard to beat. He's done stuff like this for a while.
Definitely, man. And if you're new to this hobby or whatever, man, check out George Perez, man. He's just the man. He's the man, definitely. So this definitely screams 80s art too at that, man. In the 80s, George Perez was nobody was touching him. Nobody was touching him in the 80s.
Yeah, look at that big hair, don't care, man. Look at her hair.
Facts. Hey, so we're moving on from the 80s to the 90s, man. Here we have Punisher Black Widow spinning Doomsday web, right? So there we go. Here we have an Earl Norm cover, and Earl Norm, if you know his covers, man, he's been doing those beautiful covers that are like paintings. He did Masters of the Universe. He did plenty of these magazines for Marvel. I think he did some for Rampaging Hulk and stuff like that. So awesome work from Earl Norm from the 90s over here. And let me read what my man Morello's put down, man. He put average price for this one is going to be $10 to $15. In the 90s were not the 90s were not kind to Black Widow, especially to her costume and hairstyle, as you can see. You know what I mean? She had very little material, as she had largely been forgotten about. Luckily, she would be revived in the 2000s many times in a bevy of short-lived series. See a couple of others below, which we're going to mention in a few. She pops up in a couple of Avenger covers and X-Men covers in the 90s. But this one-shot graphic novel is really the only game in town during this decade. And guys, this one right here, I'm digging the art on this one. I've always liked Earl Norm. I think he's one of those actors. Artists, I should say, artists that are respected but not collected, I guess, or whatever, or not mentioned enough or whatever, right? So yeah, guys, what you think of this cover?
Yeah, no, and like you said, a lot of detail on it, which I like. It's just action. It's action page. The way he did the art, I don't know much about Earl Norm, but you said what he does most of in the 90s, and there's a lot of stuff out there. It reminds me of like a cardstock cover for like a old Marvel.
What does the artist remind you of? God, it's fucking killing.
It's not. Are you thinking about L. Lesnar or something like that? Like I see, like what's his name, Lesnar, that does a lot of the Red Sonja covers and shit like that. So Deja Thor's, but I don't know. I like it. I like it.
All right, Doom.
So I wonder if this is the first time we see her in a white suit. Like I'm curious because I know that Black Widow variant got a lot of hype for her being in a white suit, and then the white suit appeared in the Black Widow movie. But I'm just curious. Like, is this the first time we see her in a white suit? I'm not too sure. I honestly thought that variant was the first time, but now you're saying that this one came from the 1990s.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, it looks like a '90s. I forget the cover. I forget the artist that this reminds me of. I could taste it if somebody just tells me the name. But there's an artist that just looks like this, and I'm not talking about Alex Ross. I'm talking about somebody else. But yeah, it feels like the '90s, bro. Like, you know what I mean? If you didn't tell me this from the '90s and you made it like a trivia, what year did this come in?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, '90s. Yeah, I mean, it's nice
well,
stuff.
I have two books next up. There's gonna be from the 2000s for Black Widow that he put on his list, man. And it's gonna be the first one's gonna be this one here, Black Widow issue number 1, guys, from the third series, back from the 2000s, cover done by Greg Land. And you know Greg Land.
Thank you, Jusco. Thank you. That's what it was.
Joe Jusco. Okay.
Yes, that's what it was. Thank you.
All right, so there you go, man. So this one here, my man Morello has put down that this book is like a $5 book, bro. Okay, I see that. He put down. I've always thought Greg Land should get more love for stuff other than his Gwen variants. And while I realize that the rumors of his using porn images to create his art has left a bad taste in some people's mouths, okay, I have zero problems with it. Every artist uses 5 references, and for comic books, why not, porn? Strangely, the poses are and expressions fit. All right, well, this is what you get, guys. You know what I mean? I think this is an awesome cover, by the way. Now that I know this shit about Greg Land, okay, hey, listen.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with using Pornhub as an inspiration.
Yeah.
Just in your life in general. I just think in general, you should just take half an hour out of your day to just check out the internet site and just kind of make it part of your day. Sometimes, probably in the morning, just get in and just, kind of inspire the rest of your life. And Greg Land has done it really well. So
it's a good way to start. It's a good way to start your day, bro.
It's a good way to start. Sometimes it's a great way to end your day. It's a great internet site. Check it out, people.
Yes, man.
We're gonna be sponsored by Pornhub in less than a month. I guarantee that. All right, guys.
we gotta get Greg Land on the show and do an interview. See where he gets all his thought process. But no, it's a good. I can see it be, instead of holding the gun, she holding something else. But it's dope art and back. Could be like one of those things where they redo a pose from an old VHS porn tape. So I can see that. Good job, Greg Land. I appreciate that, bro. Take you on the block.
I do. Yeah, amazing work from my man Greg Land. I just, it's pretty dope. We're gonna move on, man. Move on.
Speaking of porn,
another ass shot.
Oh my God, Daredevil issue 64 from the second series, man. Back in the 2000s. This cover is done by Alex Maleev, guys, and Alex Maleev is another one that we need to highlight. We should highlight Alex Maleev one week, and show off some of his art. But this one right here, prices from this is a $5 book also, man. Pretty amazing cover, and with Scarlett Johansson's propensity to show America's real ass. This one fits the bill rather nicely. Does the 2000s get a second featured cover? Yes, I agree, and this is a nice little looking cover there, man. Guys, what y'all think?
Yeah, this one screams ass all the way. So ask me about it, and I'll let you know what it's all about. So so this is it's a dope cover. I don't think I ever seen this in a while myself. I don't think, because I would have picked that shit up if I did. But yeah, definitely, Maleev did a good job on it. Really good detail on that.
Yeah, Alex Maleev is definitely respected and definitely not collected. But there's some great stuff out there that he's done. Some stuff that's slightly a little pricey, but goes to show this guy's got talent, and it's nice to see somebody's recognizing it. So.
Yeah, definitely, man. So we're gonna move on from the 2000s to the 2010s, guys. Excuse me. Here we got Black Widow, Deadly Origin, issue number 3, covered up by Addy Granoff, guys, man. And, my man Morello has put down another $5 book, man. He said all 4 Granoff covers are great, but this is the best. I know that number 2 white variant has caught fire due to her appearing in white in the new film, which Doom was just talking about. And while I love both the black suit and the white suit version, I like the lines and layouts of this one on this issue number 3 better. Yo, I'm digging this cover. This is a dope ass cover. I really like it from Eddie Grant. Eddie Grant is an amazing artist, as by the way. Guys, what y'all think?
Yeah, Mike Morello, and like I said, he nailed it with the whole little paragraph what he put on. This whole series was dope ass art, and this was a good series, a good run. So it's a small mini 4-part, I think 5-part miniseries, 5-part miniseries. So yeah, it was a good read and dope ass Eddie Grant art. You can't go wrong with that guy, dope ass artist, and it's a throne cover.
I actually got this comic as a AOK from, and I forgot. My bad. What is the guy in the community that loves Black Widow? Help me out. He's always on Black Widow, bro.
You talking about
Comic
Mystique.
Yeah.
So I got one from Comic Mystique because, believe it or not, there was a time that you could not find this. Like, it was just a regular cover A, and you went on eBay and you just could not find it. It was, I think, probably $20-$25. I don't know. What did he say it's worth now?
$5.
$5. All right. So at that time, I think maybe that's when the whole Black Widow trailers might have just first come out, and you could not find this. There's some crazy Black Widow stuff, and I know he's trying to do things, it's not variants, but this was one that I was trying to find, and I gotta thank the Comic Book Mystique for helping me out. He actually sent me a copy of this because I was trying to find this bad boy and I could not find it.
Sexy. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on from one book of the 2010s to another one, man. Stephanie Hans right here, guys. You got Web of Black Widow issue number 2, man. Beautiful Stephanie Hans cover there. From 2010s. And this one he puts down a $10 or $20 book, guys. And then he puts down, man, do I love Hans' work. And while I gravitate towards the 2016 Fried Pie number 1 cover, I really love the subtle background work and interesting design aesthetic of this one. The colors are excellent, and the overall presentation is quite impactful. Being that it's 2019 cover, it leads it quite nicely into the 2020s. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think?
This one's dope. This one, I remember getting this one. This is actually a 1 in 25 variant from Web of Black Widow. I remember purchasing this one. I thought this one was dope. I like the way she did the contrast of like Russia, the background top, what goes in with her like suit and all that stuff. So that is dope. I like it. It's a sideways pose. It's dope. I can't go wrong with Stephanie Hans.
Yeah, this whole Web of Black Widow series had some phenomenal covers, like phenomenal stuff, like from issue 1 all the way. So if you're not a reader, you're a cover collector, Web of Black Widow had some great stuff. They had some crazy variants too. I think issue 1 had like a 1 in 100, and there were some really, really dynamic covers on this one. So yeah, this one is bad. Stephanie Hans is always awesome, of course.
Yes, she is. Yeah, I agree. So we're moving on from the 2010s to the 2020. Last book that we have here on the list is going to be Adam Hughes cover, guys. And this one here is Black Widow number 5. And here he puts down as a $5 book. He said, once we get out of the crazy amount of series from 2000s to 2010s, more than the 10 of them, if we count offshots, we finally settle into a current series with awesome covers by Hughes. He's done, I think, all the 8 covers, I think, so far from this run. Some are better than others, but none so far as good as this one. Very much in the vein of his old Catwoman covers, which is the exact reason why Hughes is perfect for the series. We got the amazing perspective and beautiful lines we are accustomed to from the King of Cheesecake. Okay, that's what they call my man Adam Hughes, King of Cheesecake. I don't know, but yes, I get that the Catwoman cover vibes on this one. Yes, I really do. Because I'm almost finished completing that Catwoman run with Adam Hughes, and this is very similar to that. Guys, what you guys think of this?
Yeah, no, it's dope. I like the way the skyline is. This is the fact that you get to see the city underneath it, almost like you said, like a Catwoman, like in the sky, where the background is. I can see that vibe. What are you talking about? So yeah, it's one of those. These books that he did this run could be underrated. And I don't even know. Some of them are low printed, if you get me wrong, because a lot of people are not picking a Black Widow. So these books might be something in the long run that won't be hard to find out there. I hardly see them, so I don't know. I just my knowledge towards terms that these might be books later down the line that you're gonna try to get, just like you're trying to get the Catwoman, that is something that you might want to grab if you're out there in the wild. They might be cheap right now too, so affordable.
All right. So first of all, let me just say what's up to Ultra Maximus. If you guys are not, well, look at the timing on that. So first of all, if you're not sub to the guy, you need to be sub. So go ahead, find him, sub to him. The guy's a fucking comic genius. I'm the comic pimp. He's a comic genius. There's a difference. Just letting you know, this guy's got information. The problem is a lot of his information is too far ahead. So you got to stick with it, hold on to it, and just believe that it'll turn into something. All right, Ultra, you owe me $5. I'll give you my PayPal. Okay, getting back to this. As soon as you showed this, I was like, this is Catwoman all over again. Yeah. He's already done this before, so of course I'm vibing with it. I think he's growing up and he's not doing it as sexy as he used to. Some of the Catwoman stuff. I don't know. I could be wrong. There was that soda pop thing that he did, so I don't know. I could be wrong, but yeah, I like it just because it reminds me of the Catwoman stuff. And one thing he's doing is he's actually using the full use of the whole cover. So you got the towers in the background, you got neon, I mean, it's a lot more than sometimes we're used to. So I like it. I like it.
Yes. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm saying, man. These B&A covers are amazing, Ultra. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, man. Can't go wrong with Adam Hughes is doing A covers. So, my man Mike Morello, appreciate you, man. Again, that was Mike Morello's cover tunes, man, for CBSI issue 168 of Widow's Peak, guys, man. Go check it out, man. Yeah. Let me just highlight this real quick. Again, guys, you can find that article here at cbsi.com. comicbookinvest.com, guys. Check them out.
CBSI.
Yeah, already know we will already do FOC with CBSI, and then we'd cover fire for Mike Morello also on Thursdays. So yeah, that's what we got going on. And let's see. Next thing we're gonna talk about is gonna be while we was doing Black Widow. Might as well talk about Black Widow for my man over here. Where's this there? Let's just talk about this leave like that. And yeah, man. So yeah, I know everybody been watching Black Widow. We got like already a week it came out, right? So spoilers, it don't matter. We're gonna be talking. Guys, what do y'all thought of the movie?
Yeah, no, it was a really great movie. I liked it. The fact that I rewatched it. I think they could have done more with Taskmaster. I think they left out. It was good, but I think they could have done more with that villain. And it may seem like I said before, like the Winter Soldier type aspect when you see it. The story was connected the way that they were told. It was told the connection with her sister and everything that's going to be playing a big key in the MCU later down the line. So it kind of like an introduction. I kind of agree. At first I thought it was too late that they prolonged this movie, but still it's kind of like the movie's still relevant to right now what's going on. Kind of still. So I don't know. I think it was smart of them to wait till theaters open, and it did a good job. It was a really good movie.
I mean, I'm gonna kind of disagree. I hate this movie should have came out a long time ago. Just put it that way. I hated waiting. You know what I mean? But it was a good show. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was fun to watch. Doom, what you thought of the movie?
No, so I was gonna say, after waiting as long as we did and we watched the movie, I was a little disappointed that we wasn't gonna get anything bigger. So, not to go from one subject to another, but I honestly thought we was going to see maybe the next potential big villain, and at the end of this movie somehow integrated. It's cool how they did some stuff though. Like I don't know if you guys remember Avengers #1 where Loki was in that tank, and then Black Widow was kind of just talking to him. Mm-hmm. He actually mentioned Dracov's freaking daughter, which ended up being the Taskmaster, right? So it's kind of cool how they merged the two things together. I thought there was a lot of parts where it kind of dragged on, but the action parts really were really cool. I just didn't understand why they made us wait so long, because I honestly thought in my whole heart that at the end of this, we was going to see something kind of colossal, something maybe huge. And it really wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I mean, it was a cool movie. I liked it. I think I watched it twice, once on the plane coming back to Hawaii, and then once while I was back here in Hawaii. Yeah, I mean, it was a cool movie.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. It was more on like an Ant-Man level where I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like, a crazy.
I mean, before this movie came out, what was it? The her sister in the books, man. I forgot her name.
Nova?
Yes, her. That book gained some steam. You know what I'm saying?
I gained more steam even after, which is kind of weird because usually after the movies, books tend to go down. So I'm assuming the Taskmaster book is going to go down now because of this, because it was kind of like, and we've seen it time and time again. Anytime there's a minor villain in a movie, like it gets super hyped up, and then it just kind of drops down after. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
I mean, you think Taskmaster will go down? I think it'll go up because if they're gonna be doing a Thunderbolts movie, they might include the Taskmaster in there.
No, I'm just saying generally that's what happens, right? Like
yes.
after the movie, especially if it's a villain and if it's not somebody like a Thanos level, usually the books will kind of go back down. So I'm assuming the same thing's going to happen to the Taskmaster book. So you kind of just want to wait it out. It's always going to be a book that's going to be worth something, but I don't think it's going to be where the craze was at one time, especially with the female Taskmaster. I forget the book that was, but
yeah. No, you make a good point there, definitely, man. Yes, it was Yelena Malone. Yeah, appreciate that comment. So great. But yeah, man. Shit, man. Black Widow was awesome. A lot of people was shitting on it or whatever, but I dug it. I enjoyed it. My family enjoyed it. Like I said before last week. So yeah, man. This is a movie that Disney should learn from, and instead of delaying it, just bring it out, man. And the streaming services, it worked out for this. Everybody was paying for it.
This movie literally could have came out the same time that the Mulan movie came out.
Yeah.
It could literally have come out the same time. I honestly thought that the delay was because something big was going to happen.
That's what I thought too. It was holding back so many movies, right? Because they had to push back other movies later on. Some of these TV shows, series, or whatever. I felt like this was holding back because of some reason. Like this is like taking a big place in the MCU, but they really didn't. So yeah, man.
And I don't think the post credit was big enough to be like, be something to hold it off. As I honestly thought, I didn't think it was a movie, but I thought it was going to be the post credit. That was actually the reason why they were going to hold off. And it was cool though. I mean, it was cool. So.
My man's comments were great. Scarlett Johansson had a clause in her contract preventing it from streaming ahead of the theaters. That could be the issue, but shit. You can't be holding shit back, Scarlett. Come on, girl. So yeah, man, we're gonna stop sharing that, and we're gonna move on from there to one other Marvel show we want to talk about, which is Loki, man. Loki right here, guys. You already know. We finally got to see the season finale. Who's gonna be the big bad? Can you say big bad? Big bad. And it turned out to be Kang. I thought that was awesome, man. To see, we didn't get the version of the Kang that everybody's so familiar with, the more serious Conqueror Kang, and this.
Well, that wasn't actually Kang, though, right?
It was one of his variants. Yes, it was one of.
No, like that. Was that even Kang, though?
Yeah, it was. It was one of his variants.
All right, because.
So, So now that he's dead or whatever, what version of Kang we're gonna get for the next season? Because he said it. There's like millions of his version of Kang. But as you saw the statue at the end of what was it, the last scene of the show, and you see the statue of Kang the Conqueror. You see him with the Conqueror armor and all that shit, but he didn't have his helmet or whatever. So we might get the more serious role next. I really enjoyed the character. I know some people wasn't like, he wasn't too serious and that, but the actor's a good actor. Guys, what do you guys think of the show? The last episode.
Yeah, no, it was a really good episode. Led the way to what's going on. But what puzzled me was at the very end when he came back at the VTA or ATV, whatever it's called, and then
The PTA.
Yeah, PTA meeting. So when he came back to his meeting, to his boardroom, shout out to Week Inc. It seemed like they didn't know who he was.
Mm-hmm.
like they lost all the memory that was caused from Loki, from the whole situation when he came back to the PTA meeting, and then and then the situation with Kang, like kind of like he said, like it's a variant. Like even he says it's the MCU variant of Kang. Maximus says, yeah, you see little hidden treasures or whatever they see that notifies who he is. So yeah, you're right. There's alternate versions of him. So for season 2, we'll see what happens. But I think overall it was a great series. The fact that he had the female Loki and their connection, and he's in love. He's in love with himself. You know what I mean? That's the show.
Yeah, I know, that's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, he's in love. He doesn't love nobody but himself in a way. So it kind of shows. But kind of like Greg Van style. But yeah, but it was a good first season, and I'm surprised this season. A lot of these lately have been series finale. These is actual season finale, which is it's kind of good. It's kind of good. So I can't wait to see what part season 2 comes up.
So the whole thing with Kang actually came out speculative wise a while ago, because when we finally got rid of Thanos, like the big thing was like we knew that more movies is going to come out. Right.
Yeah.
And so the question was, who was going to be the next big bad? And this was a conversation that I think the whole community, whether it was Drunken Chat, whether it was us, whether it was New York Warriors, Pressable Defects, the list goes on and on. Right. Everybody was. I think we all kind of merged into the fact that we thought that Kang was going to be the one. Mm-hmm. And then there's certain things that came out and made sense. That, like for example, there was a Young Avengers spec that came out. And within the Young Avengers spec is Iron Lad. And we all knew that Iron Lad at one time was actually Kang. So a lot of things actually started to come out. So what gets me excited about this, the Loki series season, first of all, was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed it. It was almost like next level nerd shit. Like you almost had to be a comic person to actually enjoy this, instead of like, I guess WandaVision was more like anybody just even dipping into comics could enjoy it, where I felt like this one you actually had to kind of know a little bit more about comics. Like you had to be kind of like on the next level. But for all the people that was in it, we kind of knew that Kang was coming up. But what really gets me excited is that Kang has been involved in so many things that will be interesting. How he involves the Fantastic Four. How does he get involved with the Young Avengers? How does he get involved with the Tony Stark or Riri Williams? And so there's a lot of things. Like there's a lot of variants of him that have dealt with a lot of superheroes. Like Rama-Tut was a huge thing back in the day with Fantastic Four. So it really gets me super stoked on, I guess, what's going to happen coming forward, especially when it comes to the theaters and stuff. So that's what I'm excited about. We knew it was Kang this whole time. I think maybe the people in the community might have known.
Man, once we got a hold of who it was Kang or whatever. Those books jumped high, bro. Yeah, that's just yeah. I mean, but then again, that happens to everything, right? That happens to everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to happen, and we know it's going to happen. And the thing about it is that some of the books that Kang is known for has already been up in value already, because a lot of these, Kang was like what, back in the bronze, I don't want to say silver, but he was no one cares about. Well, there's no Doom here. There's no Doom. There's only the comic pimp right now.
That's it. Comic pimp, baby.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm just kind of intrigued to see what Kang brings in, because he actually has involved in a lot of things that actually look like they're going to be heading into the future. I think there was even there was a Kang Doom, or like a Doom Kang at one point.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of stuff that he's going to get involved in, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen going forward.
Go, bro. Go on.
Well, he says he's going to get involved like Stan Lee. Even every other movie, a little bit of a, little cameo.
Right? Yeah, he's gonna be the next 10. There's so many different versions of him. I mean, there was like, I think we were just talking off air. There's like a CEO, Mr. Griffith part. He's the guy that took over the whole Tony Stark building.
I wouldn't be surprised we get that some type of version like that.
Right?
Like that version. Yeah.
Right. If Mr. Griffith, I mean, if Tony Stark is no longer involved with his building, he took the building and then he took all the tech that came with the building. There's that Mr. Griffith part. So we'll see, right? We see what's going on. And I'm just going to enjoy the bunch of movies that's coming out, even though the what is this? The Adult Video Awards, the AVA.
Yeah.
We see how the AVA is involved.
Yo, at the same time, going back to look out for the Kang covers, man. Some of these like incentives and stuff like that, they're gonna start blowing up. They already blown up, So if you're out there hunting, man, like look for those, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you're out there hunting and there's like Kang on the cover, it's probably worth more than you paid for it. Like, especially in the back issue stuff. Like, it's gonna go crazy right now. So
yeah, it'll be crazy.
Yeah, even Thanos, right? We had his first appearance, and then you had his first cover appearance, and then people were like, "Well, what's his first story?" I mean, just like everything that was involved with Thanos.
Yeah, Logan's run.
Yeah, the Logan's run. All of that stuff just came out. It just got hot. So I'm assuming the same thing's going to happen with Kang as well.
Yeah, it's a great time to be a comic collector. Yeah, I mean, hell yeah, I mean, shit.
Yeah, I think Doom hit
it's
it right.
It's a horrible time to be a comic collector. It's a great time to be a comic seller.
Yeah,
that much.
Yes. There you go. No, like I think when Doom said it was right on the dot, like me watching Loki, I got excited because of the knowledge I know from talking about comics and the stuff I read. That I'm happy to be a comic collector as opposed to when it comes to reading, because the knowledge is on full screen now and what it is. So I like the fact that I'm able to not just, like he said earlier, just watch the show but understand it behind the scenes in a way. So it was exciting for me to see all that come to life in my mind.
Did you guys see that that thing I gave you guys, that attachment about where the TVA might be located?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
possibly located within
the wasp, the
quantum realm or all that shit.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, so right within the whole Ant-Man thing, where they're going into the whole quantum thing, there's actually like a little bubble. If you stop it, and in the bubble there's like a city, and they said that's possibly the TVA that lives within, because time, not that it doesn't exist, but time works differently within the whole quantum thing. And so within that quantum, there's actually the TVA exists. And it was like a crazy thing that people are trying to put together. And some people don't like speculators and stuff, but that's why I like speculators, because you always get these weird kind of off stuff that like, it makes you think, like where could the TVA actually exist, right? And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. And this show right here, it goes to show, man, because we got a little taste of WandaVision. Everybody was specking Fisto and all that bullshit. Fucking Winter Soldier, Omega Red, and this and that. But this time, Loki, you got it. You know what I mean? Everybody expected Kang, and this is saying you got it. A lot of people were saying that Kang was not gonna do it in being Loki. And listen, man, this is the whole fun of speculating. Whether they're gonna show up or not. Yeah, it's a guessing game. That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but see, the thing with Kang is that it wasn't actually for Loki. Kang was actually supposed to be for like the next big bad of the Avengers, right? And, just kind of like everybody saying that the next script that they're going to follow is going to be the Secret Wars script. Of course, it's not going to be verbatim, but just the idea of Secret Wars, right, is the next script that they're going to follow, just like how they followed the Infinity Gauntlet. So, that's why the Secret War books are going up. There's all these connections, and whether they use the Beyonder or Kang, it doesn't matter. It's just to try to follow like the same type of.
I'm still waiting for Omega Red.
Omega Red is whatever, bro. Like that's kind of crazy. Some of these specs you gotta listen to, and you gotta be like, you know what, take it easy.
Well, man, the comics are great. Put down at the comic shop. Chop Up would come on Keep It Thorough Comics. We spent part of the show trying to look for the Kang books. Yeah, man, I saw part of it. Yeah, we're looking through Googling just covers of Kangs and stuff. So Listen, man, this is the time. I guess if you're out there hunting and you see a cover of King, pick it up because you never know. Never know.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. But see, the thing about Kang is that he spans so many different titles, so many different universes that, you know, it's just, you know what? Just have fun digging. All right.
Oh my God.
Have fun digging, and if you come across something, you know,
Pick it up.
Yeah,
Pick it up.
pick it up. Don't go looking for it. Let it look for you. That's the best way to hunt, man.
Yes. Talk about hunting, man. I know Broski brought up, well, actually James brought this up.
Oh,
right, Broski?
What you about it?
We're talking about it. Let's do it, man. Go ahead, Broski.
No, so James hit us up on the on the chats about Pacifica. Shout out to T Nerd Herd. He had a guest appearance to talk about his thoughts about the situation that he had. Which, if you haven't watched T Nerd Herd, you know they're congratulations on 1,000 subs. Check them out; they're really good with information as well.
They'll be on tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern too, guys. So
they had a great topic with their crew and him as a guest, King of Golden State. And I guess there's a few shops out there. They had him as a guest, on one of the shows that we're talking about this.
That's a stupid mistake to do. All right. Anyway.
Yo, real quick though. Why no one mentioned the mutant? I know there was what mutant was that though that appeared in Black Widow? I know it was a big dude that broke his arm, right? Whatever. Anyway, go ahead.
But but like he was saying, but the fact that shops are starting to catch on with the situation, especially for noticing who speculators are. You know, no shots fired to James, but James be grabbing fucking 3-4 copies of shit. After a while, you're setting yourself to be radared. So he goes to a shop, and I don't think he's been there in a minute because it's off of Pacifica, which is like kind of by the ocean, of course. But there's a small shop. I've been there. I have been there about a year and a half ago, and I just never seen that post that he posted. If you could check his IG or there's where it says that we don't price things to a front, and the fact that when I was watching the show, they were removing price tags on the comics to reprice them. So I understand that if you got time to do that, if you're gonna do it yourself in shop, but for the price stuff up as you go up, that's a headache. I think we had A&S Comics about a month and a half ago talk about his shop and his thought process towards this, and he agrees with us as collectors. He said that he messaged me. He said that someone brought a book. I think it was the first appearance of Lady Lucky, and he didn't catch it, and he's not gonna charge somebody $20 for it. He charged them the $4 or the $5 that was on the price tag. It was his mistake, and things happen as an LCS. It's one of those things where we've said a lot. It's gonna us as collectors that are smart when it comes to collecting, gonna push us away from that LCS and gonna lose business. Yeah, but I was saying there's points of doing that. You can always just limit if 2 copies per person. If you see 4 or 5 copies, sorry, you can only have 2 at that price. Everything else I'll put aside or get him himself when he has time convenient. But that's again as an LCS, I understand when you limit copies. I have comic shops that only order 10 copies. It's a hot book they didn't know till after they did their FOC order, which is a future order cutoff, and they have to limit 1 per customer, which is understandable. There's ways you can do it besides trying to screw the system where you're making us do the digging and pricing it as we're there. It's just a sore thumb, and the fact that you spend all that time looking for comics thinking you're going to get them for a good price and getting screwed. And I think that's a misleading situation when it comes to a comic shop owner. So, yeah.
There you go, bam. Yeah, I misspelled that bullshit. But what about you doing? What you think?
All right. So this is I guess this is probably how should I phrase this? All right. So we've had this conversation probably for a while now, but we've never really seen it out in the open as much as the comic shops have. So the first time we talked about this, I think, was on like a 9.2 crew show. Mm-hmm. And so this is probably 5 years ago. We were talking about it because I think Freddy's was he went to a comic shop and the guy would price things at the register, or I think it was maybe Master X. He went out, he brought some books up and they priced it at the register. for the most part, the guy was kind of fair, and the only reason he was fair is because he used the price guide instead of using the internet.
Okay.
So actually, if you use the price guide, a lot of the new stuff will still be under the radar. As far as like the older stuff, I don't want to say be overpriced, but they'll be priced, higher, of course. But now with people using eBay as the price guide, first of all, I think that's smart. As far as not the comic shops, but just knowing what the price of a book is, I think eBay is the best price guide to go with right now because you can get the most recent information and stuff. But whether comic shops should be doing this or not, I don't think so. I think if you have stuff out there, and you already have it priced, then that's what it is. Like, you kind of have to bite the bullet. I don't understand that comic shops that are doing this.
Yeah.
If anything's going to be the downfall of a comic shop, it's going to be something like this, because nobody's going to want it. Well, what's the reason we're going to comic shops? Is hopefully to find something, for some of us, hopefully to find something under the radar. But if that's not what's going to happen, then I might as well just stick out with eBay, and I don't even have to drive now. I don't even have to go to your place. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think this is a positive thing.
I don't think so either.
I think comic shops should just be on it. If they don't have to pay attention to every YouTube channel. You don't. But you can kind of recognize at least what's going on in the, if you watch really the movies and stuff that's going on, you can kind of see what's going on. People will talk about it within your shops, right? You don't have to reprice every single book. And I don't know. So I don't know. I have heard a lot of arguments on Instagram right now. I haven't heard too much of it on YouTube, but I've heard the arguments on Instagram because I guess it's easier to just type whatever your feelings are.
Yeah.
And there's people on the other side of it too. There's people on the other side that's like, yo, this is just how it is now, and this is how comic shops is going to be. But I'm like, I don't know. I still view comic shops as a retail store, right? And you put stuff out at a price, and people will buy it at that price. You don't go to Walmart and pick up a He-Man action figure, that's been super rare. You take it to the register, and then they're like, oh, you know what? We have to reprice this because of the popularity.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, Walmart and Target, while they were going through this whole Pokemon fucking stage where people were beefing in this stuff, I don't think they repriced it that much, but what they did is they put it in the back. And then granted, a Target and a Walmart is very different from an LCS. I get it. You're talking about a small mom and pop shop versus a big bargain store, but I'm just saying, like, you're gonna lose a lot of customers, Yeah. And the thing about it too is, like, now you have the adults, which is us, and what are we gonna do? We're gonna tell our kids about this? How are our kids going to acknowledge the comic shop as a place to go to in the future? How are we building trust within the comic shop to our future kids? I have an 11-year-old. Gomez, you have kids. Joker, you have kids, and a lot of people here. Ultra Maximus, we have kids. One of the joys is actually taking my son to a comic shop. And now if we have comic shops doing this, now we pass on that stink on to our kids. Be like, this is bullshit. And I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things that kind of bugs me. But at the same time, we've seen it for years.
Yes.
We've heard about a couple of comic shops doing this, but now it's just out there in the open. I think Journals Comics, about 6-7 months ago, Journals Comics had a big fucking rant on his channel about a comic shop that did this. And then somebody posted something, and then King posted something, and I don't think it's a lot of comic shops, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean,
how many times James been on the show, and he's always complained about that happening?
So
he's been doing it.
Once every 2 months. And there's a pro and a con for that, because I went to a shop not too long ago when I was out of town, and they're like, "Oh, you get books, and we price them as you get them." So I'm like, fuck. So now that's when I was telling you guys the story. I think I told you guys before. I went to that comic shop and I gave him my 2 books, $1 each. So it could be 50-50. I don't know what he was looking up, but it benefited me and more than it benefited him. So I was like, okay. And then I got that first, was it the Fearless Ghost Rider? Was it a Ghost Rider? First, the female Ghost Rider. So I gave him that. Oh, that's going to cover price. So he gave, that's a $25 book right now. Maybe even more now. I think it's like a $40 book in that range on the secondary market. And I got it for $4. So either that person didn't know what he was doing, or I got really lucky because he was looking at the wrong area when it came to price pointing the comics. So it could be a little bit of favoritism, but then again, it's you're taking a gamble. And I was a little nervous on some of the books that I bought because I know that they're really high priced books. So I got lucky on that one. I can say I just got lucky on that one because the majority of the time, this is a $20 book, $15. Oh, this is a $30 book, $25. It's like one of those things where it's hard, and I think Guillaume said it right. You keep comic shops doing that. Was it 3 out of the 5 people will just walk out depending on what they're trying to get?
But I mean, a lot of it too is just like I mean, I've always questioned myself as far as like the comic book community, as far as like who's really at the comic shops, like like Martian the Comic Hunter, right? He's over here, right? He goes to a couple comic shops. He's probably one of the better hunters here in our community, right? If he comes across this problem, and he might not go to the comic shop anymore, how many people within the comic shop won't really care? I always like, it was always interesting, like when you go to a Comic Con, for example, how many people are actually involved in this comic community, like nerds like us that love talking about this stuff versus just your willy-nilly regular people. And even if we talk about it, is it going to really affect the comic shops from doing it? So or stop doing it or whatever it is. So
I'm thinking a lot like the people who buy new books, they probably can care less than when they go to the back issue bins, depending if the book's really hot. Because there's some LCS that will price new books at eBay prices, which I've seen before. But I think a lot of the people who don't go back issue diving can care less because all they care about is new release books. So you got that percentage that won't really care much for it because they're just all care about recent reads, not past reads, because they're not in that spec game. They will just want to know what's the read of today's book in a way. I've seen that before, but it's like you said. But I used to be that person that used to just buy new books every time. Started learning from you guys and everybody else the way of how to collect certain things.
My issue is like, if you're gonna be doing eBay prices, right? That right there, I have a problem with also, because in doing eBay, there's manipulation there too sometimes. Because, for example, that Boss Logic cover of Black Adam that came out a few months ago, I think 9/8 were selling for like $700 or something like that, right? I think it was like two 9/8 that were sold like over like $700 or some shit. And that right there, you can obviously tell was, man. And look at the price of that book now. That book dropped. But I'm just saying, during that time, if you took that book to the counter, and my man checks the eBay price for a 9/8, what it's going for $700, what is he going to charge you? You know what I mean? Because you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't agree with the eBay check. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I like the old school way, like you said before. You check your price guide if it's up to date. I feel like most of these LCSs should be more on point, more on top of the game.
Yeah, what I don't like, and it actually touches what you said, and I've actually come across this here in Hawaii. What I don't like is that they'll take a book like this, right? And the condition in their eyes is a 9.6, 9.8, right? But look, this is a raw book. So what they'll tell you is, if you were to slab it, then it would cost this much. So I'm going to charge you the cost that it would be 9.8. And I've come across this, and I'm all like, I've actually had this with close personal friends that actually, for people that don't know, I actually used to be a vendor here at the shop, at some of the cons and all that stuff, right? And I've come across some of my friends, and the prices they have, the raw versus the slabs. And I'm all like, why are you charging me a slab price for a book that's still raw? And then they're like, well, because if you slab it, it'll come out to this. I'm like, well, you can't guarantee that. You know, how can you guarantee that this book is going to be that? And first of all, why are you charging me a slab price? That means I have to go and slab it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and it's just like, I've seen this, and that honestly bugs me more than the conversation that we're having right now, as far as like comic shops pricing their books. I can't go into a comic shop and then dig through a books, dig through their back issues, and there's like no price stickers on it. And I go to the front, hey, so how much are the books? And they'll be like, well, as you bring them, we'll price it. I can't do that. That to me would like frustrate the crap out of me. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. Because I went to a show. I went to this show, and we was walking around. Me, Biggs, and Manny. We was walking around, and we see First America Chavez, right? First America Chavez, raw copy. They were
regular or variant.
A cover, okay. Not the one in 15. Okay. So you know, we see the A cover. We all know that cover, Magneto in the cover, and he was asking $700 for the book, raw copy.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what, a 9.6 graded or a 9.7,
9.6, 9.6, 9.8, something like that.
9.7, right? It would be a graded 9.7.
9.7, yeah, 9.7. In between.
Right in between. So that's what I'm saying. Like that has bugged me a lot. Especially when you see videos like you saw E-Rod's most recent video.
I missed it. I have to check it out.
So long story long, right? Mm-hmm. He has a Hulk 181. The thing has a bunch of dings and a bunch of creases and all this stuff. He freaking like pressed the shit out of it, took all the dings out, took a lot of scuffs out, took a lot of stuff, and then you got it regraded, came back a 6.0. Okay, so that's like he sent it 6. He got a 6.0. He sent it back. He got it back 6.0. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you know, with somebody doing as much work as he did on a book, and it comes back the same grade, how can somebody who has a raw book, you know, tell me that if I was to slab it, it'll come this? Are you going to take responsibility if the book doesn't come back that? They're not going to take responsibility of it, right? Yeah. So you can't charge me the price on that. And that's what really bugs me. But so far, I haven't been to a comic shop that told me that they're going to price books. And I guess I should be happy. But I've been aware of this situation before, and I guess I've been lucky that I haven't. I'm curious to know in the chat, how many people within this chat right now has actually come across a store that's had that sign, we're not going to price books until you bring it up to the register? Because I could imagine it's not going to be a lot. But just seeing that one or two in the community really bugs the shit out of us. Yeah, but what bugs me right now that I've seen more of is raw books selling at graded prices, and the sellers telling you that if you were to grade it, or this will be a higher grade if you press it. So I'm going to charge you the price that if you were to press it, you know. And I'm all like, that means okay, so you're going to take 15. You're going to take 15. Oh, you got to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to take your shoots.
Just the shoots, man. So if I was to press it, right? So are you going to take $15 off the pressing price? Are you going to take $45, $50, whatever it is, off the grading price? Mm-hmm. You know, and it's
just a shame that like some LCSs do this. You know what I mean? They wait for you to bring that shit to the register, and they do all that bullshit. And I feel that's wrong. The case and scenario over here in the warehouse in Brooklyn over here, you get your books, whatever, and then they look it up on whatever they use, My Comic Shop or whatever the case. How much these books go for? And I feel like, you know, we're doing the work for you because we're bringing you the books. Now you're like, why? What about these books? You know, so you're gonna do your research. It's like, do your homework. That's what I'm saying. Do your homework and price your books right, and we won't have the issue. We won't have the issue like, why is this book, whatever the case, is $30? You know what I'm saying? You already marked it $30, so then it's my decision whether I buy it or I don't buy it. You know what I mean? But just get your shit straight. That's all. You know what I mean?
It blows my. I guess, like I said, we've had this situation for a while. I've seen comic shops that had this situation, and it's just interesting that I guess now it's even more and more. Maybe, you know, like how golf has actually gone up by 50%. Maybe the comic shop community has also gone up by 50% too. Like there's more collectors out there ever since the whole COVID thing, right? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's a small mom and pop. Every single LCS, maybe besides Midtown and a couple other comic shops, are really just small mom and pop shops, right?
Yeah.
But they're trying to survive. And I don't know. I feel like just stay within the know. You don't have to reprice every freaking book, but if you just stay within the know, like, you're going to be fine. I think customer service is going to pay off better, right? I mean, I've had pricing issues so much when it comes to cons and all this stuff. I've had people that didn't want to sell me a book just because, like, oh, I know I can get more for it later. And I'm just like, it's such a weird thing to see within our hobby. I don't know.
I mean, like for example, Josh was talking about him pricing out some books with his LCS, which is my LCS, and they're gonna put out some books in Terrificon in a few weeks. Like this shit, like they're doing their work. This is what I mean. They're doing their work now, so when they go to the show, they won't have books that are not priced out because their books are priced already. They won't have, oh, let me go look on eBay how much this is or whatever. And take up more time that way. I just feel like that's just a cheap way to just help them out, do some work.
And even for myself, when I was a vendor and I used to take stacks and stacks of books and boxes and whatever and stuff, like right around 1 week, 2 weeks before the show, like that's when I would be pricing, and it's bust ass. Like, it's a lot of work. Like, you have to do a lot of work, try to figure out the prices and stuff, because my main objective as a vendor, for me personally, was to make sure that you got the most fair price. Because here's the thing, I knew you were going to come to my stall or my booth and look up eBay prices. I knew that already.
Yeah.
Right? If you were one of those collectors, I knew you were going to do that. So I just priced it out as fair as possible. And that was just my method. And I've always done really well with that, because people would look at it, they would check the eBay and be like, okay, well, that's kind of fair. But I mean, I don't know. I hopefully we don't see more of this in more comic shops. Hopefully this is just a couple of them, but this goes to show, the strength of the community, that if we see this, we're going to X you out.
Yeah.
And we're going to call you out. We're going to X you out. I wish people would do a better job of actually letting people know what bookstores these were. And that's the one thing I don't like, is that, so like King of the Golden State would come across this and we wouldn't like put that store out there. Like, I think it's fair for us to know what comic shops these are, because you put this out and maybe you tell us the location, but if you don't tell us who this is, then you're not really doing us a service, really. I think the service comes by letting us know exactly. I mean, we shout out CGC and we call out their bullshit. Why wouldn't we do it to anybody else?
Yeah.
And I think we should be calling these people out. If they're doing stuff like this, call them out. Yeah, you're going to get a little hate maybe from the comic shop, whatever, but you know what? I think it's a responsibility to do that within our community, to let each other know. If we're going to call ourselves a community, then let's help each other out as a community should.
Reducing store inventory allows you more resources to better manage your store. Most LCS suffer from piles soft dead trees, and then space costs money. Listen, man. Whether you lower your inventory or whatever, I feel like LCS should be on point with their books. What books are going to be moving? They know now. Everything's in the internet. It's not they just lazy. They just lazy. That's all it is, man.
And I mean, I don't know. We'll see what comes of this. I mean, see, the thing is, I'm not as much of a collector as I used to be, right? I'm not out there every week hustling as somebody like you or King of the Golden State. I think my collecting has kind of come down. I'm just really buying things. So it's different now. But I could imagine when I was hustling like every day, bro. Like, I gained weight because I started comic collecting. Because
really?
Because I stopped going into the gym as much, because I stopped working out as much, because my focus was so much on comic collecting. I wanted to be in the LCS. Trust me, you don't lose weight by doing this. But I wanted to be a hustler so much and trying to find this stuff and staying on specs and all this stuff. And so I'm not there anymore. But I could imagine when I was back then, if I saw that sign, I think that would have blew my mind, man. I would have been like, I might as well just go hunting on the internet where.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I agree with you, Comics. He said we should have like a comic shop blacklist. Definitely, man. That's the way to go, man. And he didn't support your LCSs as you don't want them to see anyone go out of business. Definitely not. But at the same time, man, if those shops are doing some shady shit like that, I don't know,
but
man.
I mean, come on. I mean, that's like David saying like a place has like a real bad review on food, like they're selling rotten food.
Yeah.
But let's support the local restaurants. You know, we don't want to. Like, no, man. If they're giving us garbage, I don't want to support them. I rather reduce a bunch of comic shops and just support the people that's doing what they need to do. I understand they need to make money. That's fine. I want you to make money, but don't do stuff at the register. Do it before. And it's not going to be every freaking book. You know, if you just keep updated, you'll know which book it is.
Yeah.
Dude, I did research today on every single, okay, this is what I did today. Because of the whole thing that we wanted to do today,
yeah,
I went and I researched the first appearance of every freaking Kang variant there is.
Okay.
I did that today. And guess what? It took me like half an hour to find Captain America, whatever, 129, or find this book, Avengers 29, first Ratatat, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It didn't take me that long. It took me half an hour and the internet to find the first appearance of every single Kang variant there is. Now, if you're a comic shop and you know about this, you can go do the same thing I just did. Go to your stuff, because guess what? You're probably organized, not like my back issues. I don't even know. They're messed up now. All my back issues are messed up. Nothing from A to Z. It's all messed. It's all jacked up. You're probably having everything from A to Z. You can find these books. It doesn't take much research, right? What else? I mean, just think of everything that's if you watch a couple of channels that talk about comics. Really, you don't need to watch a lot. Just a couple of the bigger boys. And I'm not talking about like Comic Shedhead 101. I'm talking about like the real comic collectors that actually knows what's going on. You can watch stations like CBR. That's a great resource. There's a YouTube channel called CBR. Phenomenal resource. You can watch people like Ultra Maximus and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah. Plenty of channels out there that give you great info.
Yeah. Or you can just use Google. It's the resource, the info is there, you know, and you can find it. Gecko Comics Hawaii owner was a fucking dick, but didn't want him to go out of business. He wasn't a dick. He just didn't like talking about comics. He actually liked talking about sports. If you knew him, David, and you talked to him about sports, guess what? The nicest guy ever. The guy has everybody coming into the comic shop. God, I mean, I hope he's in heaven because he passed away. But the guy at Gecko, he had so much people talking to him about comics. Guess what's the one thing that he never wanted to talk about?
Comics.
He didn't want to talk about comics. But you talk to him about sports, you talk to him about the Mets or the Yankees, bro, he's like your best friend. You know, sometimes you just got to know what else the comic shop owners love. If I own a comic shop right now, I'll tell you right now, if you talk to me about golf, bro, you're like my buddy now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's true. Because these guys have everybody coming in talking to them, I guess, about what? Guess what? Comics. A lot of these comic shop owners love comics, but they love other things too. So yeah, like find out what your comic shop owners also love besides comics. I guarantee you.
Yo, real quick, bro. Robin Curtis says just of a shame. Most LCS's price books at the counter, or when they see a member of East Meets West, just because of what they're multi-millionaires. I mean, listen, man. If you see James coming at 7 foot, 8 foot man, you know, in your LCS, I mean, you're gonna. He has a target on his back already, I'm sure, around his LCSs, man. Everybody knows if that guy is coming into my shop and he's been coming here every week or whatever, that guy knows something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he knows something, but at the same time, like he's also been supporting you.
That too, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's also been supporting you. So, I mean, say what you want to say about King, but his homework is about 2 years ahead. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So
definitely not. Yeah,
it is what it is, man.
It is what it is, and we can't do nothing about it. Is it going to change? We don't know. Is it going to stay the same? We'll see. We don't know. But I feel like those shops with those signs up, man, definitely don't deserve no business, man. When it comes to shit like that, you know what I mean? Because
I mean, I understand where they're coming from because they don't want to miss out on making more money, and I get it, but you know, they if you're gonna own a shop that's hobby, I guess hobby involved, then you kind of have to stay on top of the hobby.
Exactly.
And just, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's places like this all the time. There's all of these things. So whatever. Sports cards, right? If you're a sports card comic shop owner, you got to watch the Home Run Derby. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you sell sports cards, you got to watch the NBA Finals, right? I mean, it's just one of those things. Like you got to stay on top of your hobby. And if you're a sports card place, you got to stay on top of your hobby. So same thing with the comic shop. If you're a comic shop owner, just stay on top of your hobby and you'll be fine. Like, trust me, you'll be fine. Just stay on top of your damn hobby.
Oh shit, hold on. Let me send the link out. I got
Who's this?
one Biggs. No, Biggs.
Yeah. Good. Let me grab a beer.
Yeah, go grab a beer, man. Go grab a beer. I'm gonna read some stuff over here in the chat. Send the link. Let me see. He said, "Come to my store and nothing is priced." David, your store? Yeah, I see. If I ever go to a store and I see Dave behind the counter, is this store? Yeah, I'm going. I know that I'm paying double. I'm paying triple price in there. I know that. My man Big Remo says ownership has to do with due to their diligence and stay in business. That's what I'm saying, man. Stay on top of your shit, your inventory. You know what I mean? Stay on top of your inventory and it won't be an issue. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And I understand some businesses are overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? With their here we got. Yo, what up, Biggs?
Yo, what's going on, yo?
Chilling, man. What you
can hear me? You can hear me clear?
Yeah.
Where are you? Hey, Biggs, are you calling us from your beautiful patio in the back of your house?
You saw the pictures, right? Now, you know what? I just came from over there. I left my wife and my son there because the gas company's coming tomorrow morning, early in the morning.
Yeah.
And I have to work tomorrow morning, so it's in a different state. So, I was over there, just bringing some things over throughout the day, and then we had dinner, and then I left her there because I have to still go to work tomorrow, in the morning, and then I'll pick her up after work.
There you go, no doubt, man. So, but yeah, man. I mean, yo, have you been listening to the show or?
Yeah, you know what? As I was driving a little bit, I had it on while I was driving and stuff. Talking about the comic shops with the signs.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear that 2 cents of yours.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with all of you guys. That's kind of the worst thing. I've had experiences with that with when it's like comic shops. My experiences, besides the pricing, is that they try to get me to grade it for them. And then don't want to give me a deal. If you remember those stories in the past, right? I had one comic shop owner ask me to go through it and what do I think the grade is. And then when I tried to get a deal off of him to do it, he didn't want to. He wanted to base it on what I thought the condition was,
Yeah.
Like he wanted to give me graded prices without it being graded, and it was just being graded roughly by me.
Exactly. We just talked about
that. Yo, dude.
That's one of the things that I hate. Like you're talking about raw comics, right?
Yeah.
Raw comics, and they want to sell it to us at the potential graded price.
Yeah, the potential graded price. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, like going back to the American Chavez book that I was talking about. The guy, said the book is like he said it was a 9.6. The copy, the 9.6 copy. I'm like, all right, dude, but it's a raw copy. You don't have it slabbed. It doesn't say 9.6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, asking $700 for a raw copy, and you selling it like if it's a 9.6 copy. Like, no way. This is how you're not gonna get business, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but too, sometimes it's a double-edged sword when it comes to that, because, for example, the book that I was referring to, that it was an AF-14 first appearance of the Green Goblin, right? And this was about 4 years ago, right? Four and a half years ago, and at that time, like, I was willing. I have more money now to buy it, but back then I didn't have that much. Like, the most I could have spent on that book, I had graded it out roughly like about a 4.0. But that's just still my estimate. It's not a professional grading estimate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Granted that I've done that before and he's gotten accurate grades, or I've bought stuff from him where he thought it was a grade lower or whatever, and ended up saying, no, this is about this grade, and I send it to get graded and it comes back that grade. So that's why he kind of felt confident in my grading. But the most I could have dropped on that book was about, at the time, was like about $175. and he didn't
Raw
want to give it
copy,
to
right?
me.
No,
Yeah,
it's like
raw
a raw
copy.
copy of what this is, a raw copy of that book that you bought. That's what it should have been. Not the whole like, well, if you grade it.
Yeah, he wanted to charge me $375 for it. $375. Yeah. So that at that time, that's what a 4.0 copy was going for. You know, and I said, well, how am I going to give you $375 if you're just basing it off of my kind of, you know, what I think the grade is, and it's a raw copy, and you bought it out of a collection that you paid like $400 for, like a whole bunch of keys. You know what I mean? He got in there. I was like, well, you know, like really, like, you know what I mean? From that day forward, I really never went back to that store. And then unfortunately, like last year, that owner had passed away. And his wife runs the store now, which, you know, she's totally different than him. You know what I mean? All those years, I never went after that. After I had that whole debacle with him, I never went back to him.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that will do the same. And, but what I was telling Joker was like, you know, the comic book community, it's big, but it's small, right? So it's like, even if you don't go or I don't go or Joker doesn't go, like there's probably still more people that are going and still keeping them quote unquote alive. So, but yeah, I think that's bullshit too. Because that was my biggest problem. I just was telling Joker, like, you can't sell me stuff for graded prices. Like, especially when
everybody will. Even if you look, that's all throughout eBay too. If you look at the prices and stuff on raw books, everybody's putting graded prices on it. You know what I mean? Everybody's putting graded. The only time you get usually when you don't get a graded price on a raw book is when you get it from like one of the, like, say when New York Warriors, when we run our auction, when Thoro runs his auction, like if there's a book that I know that in the 98 goes for like $300 and I have a raw copy, I usually go like half price of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the person still has to take the time to press it. The person still has to take the time to send it out, grade it, and there's time and their money, and it's not like these comic shops or these vendors are taking off those prices. They're not taking.
There's still work to be done on it. There's still work to be done, so you can't, you know, get full price on it. And then what's the point of then buying the book from you then if there's no meat left on the bone?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, even if we do buy a book that we say we're never going to sell, we still want to get it at the best price possible. You know, it doesn't matter that we're going to hold on to this book forever. I mean, it's just that's what I was telling Joker. That right now has been the one thing that annoys me more than I'm seeing comic shops with these little signs. That's like where we're going to price a book at the registers, which I'm sure would annoy me. But that what you just discussed has been going on for longer, I feel, and that has been more annoying than anything else. The pricing of raw books at graded prices, and the whole like, well, if you were to grade it, and you know you would get this. I'm like, there's no guarantee. Are you going to be responsible for it when I don't get that grade? You can't.
That's true. That's true. My man Wilbur over here saying there's just too much risk paying graded prices on a raw, especially now that it's a big time and money investment to submit. You're right. You're right, man. You're right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like you submit your books. When are you going to get your books back now? You know what I mean? But I guess everybody's trying to pump and dump their books, raw books as graded price. This shit ain't gonna happen, man. If you're a seasoned collector, you know what I mean? You know your shit. You're not gonna fall for that. You're not gonna fall for you're gonna sell me a 9.8 copy. You think is a potential 9.8 copy. When I fucking submit that shit months later and it comes back a 9.2, 9.0, okay, you gonna give me my money back? No, right? All right, so you know.
Yeah, so I don't buy from too many people raw copies that I don't know. Like for me to buy a raw copy or for you, like I gotta trust you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's quite a few guys in the community that you could trust when it comes to buying books off of them. And I'm sure you guys know who they are. I don't really got to point them out. But even on Instagram, there's a few like trustworthy people that you could buy from, like AB Comics. Awesome guy. He's bought from us in the past in our auctions, but we don't know his name. Is a different name than him on Instagram. And also Earthly Possessions. He also sells a lot of books on Instagram, and everything's always at a reduced rate. You know what I mean? So there's a few guys that you could that are not like regular community members, where you know like we do, like how we do talk shows and stuff like that. They're trustworthy. So unless I know who you are, know your reputation, I wouldn't buy a raw book from you because you might not know. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And most people don't really know how to grade properly. So, a lot of times when they say, "Oh, it's about a VF," it could be, it's really a VG. You know what I mean? Or like a lot of times I've gotten books like that where they think they say VF, but it's really a VG. And a very fine to a very good is a big difference in grade. You know what I mean? Like a VF is like 7.4, a 7.5, 8.0, A5 condition. A VG is like a 5.0. So that's a big difference right there in the book.
True.
Yeah, especially when it comes to that middle tier, that's 7.5 to 5.0. That's where I think it gets really sketchy. Like I think people do a really good job from like 3.0 and down, and like right around like 8.5 and up. I think it's that middle tier that people get, it gets really rough. Like, is this a 5.5? Is this a 4? Especially if you're talking about Silver Age or Bronze Age or something. It gets really hard, and it's one of those things that's been going on, and now that the conventions will come back, we'll probably start seeing, who these people are. And like I said, I really think as a community, we should make the responsibility. Every time people would say stuff like, "Well, I don't want to call these people out because I don't want to call," you should call these people out. You should let us know who these people are. Like, honestly, like, because it doesn't do us any service if you don't call these people out. I mean, I think as a community, we should definitely figure out who these people are. And, it's not going to be based on one person experience. It's going to be a collective experience. But at the same time, we should find out what these comic shops are doing and stuff like that. And
that's right.
I agree with you.
Friends don't let friends make mistakes like that. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. That's the whole point of calling yourself a community. A community helps each other. So you got to help each other. You can't be like, I don't want to call them out, but then you're going to let me make that mistake. So this is not a community if I can't count on you. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Help us save some gas by driving to the shop. Exactly.
If I'm paying freaking $2.99 a gallon, here, I'm not going to tell Mike, well, why don't you just go wherever you can find it? And he ends up paying $3.15 a gallon.
True, I'm just saying we should. I know a lot of us don't like to call out these comic shops because of whatever, or we don't like to call out vendors because we don't want to cause. I mean, honestly, I feel like we should. Like, if you see something like this happening, let us know what comic shops this is.
Yeah, you don't have to when you're saying those type of messages, you don't have to say don't use this because of that. All you do is share your experience, and then we'll make a decision whether we want to use it or not.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's it.
Because there's been
no one can say anything about you saying your experience,
Yeah, there's been people in this community that shouted out other comic shops, and then like the rest of the 90% is all like, "Well, I never had a problem with them." So we see, we see it collectively. Well, okay, well, this might have just been a one-off.
Yeah.
Right. But there has been comic shops where over and over and over, I forget this one internet site because I stopped going to them, but there was this one internet site that was like screwing a lot of people over. And now I wish I remembered their name because I stopped going to them. But
so the bottom line, James usually tells us what shops he has these issues with. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I mean, listen, man. He does.
No,
he may not name all the shops, but he does name shops.
No, you remember when Back Row 23? Is that the Joshua Middleton?
Yes.
So when that book first came out, day one, eBay prices was right around $25. That was eBay prices. My comic shop, they had one of them, and they sold it to my wife for $40. And I was so upset, and I put them on blast, and ever since then I haven't actually gone to that shop. And it's that kind of stuff that I think people really should start doing. Like there's other comic shops around you. Maybe Comic Exposure. Yes, it was Comic Exposure.
Yo,
dude, I don't know about everybody's experiences, but there's been a bunch of bad experiences at that particular shop.
Yes,
and people still keep going to them. And I'm telling you right now, I mean, from my experience, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you from my experience, these guys have really screwed a lot of people in our community. And yes, Comic Exposure.
Yeah,
I can't
my man John. Yeah, John got screwed. Yeah, Comic Exposure too. Yeah. We've all known about Comic Exposure. I mean, I don't.
That's not only you with Comic Exposure. I've heard a lot of stories about them.
Yeah, exactly.
To get your book shipped. Let me see. Well, you say you have to call your CC company to get your books to ship. Damn, shit. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I remember I ordered my book a couple months ago, man. Like, yo, what happened to that? You know? Shit. But yeah, man, great topic there, man, to talk about, man. And yeah, let's see. Let me just take this off, man. And I don't really have anything to show off, guys, man. Doom, you have something to show off, or?
Yeah, I can show some stuff off.
All right. No doubt. So I got you, man. I highlight you, Comic Exposure. Yeah, see, Comic Exposure. Everybody told Comic Exposure, you know what I mean?
Trash, exactly.
Yeah, Spen. All right, so here we go. Bam. There you go.
All right, so yeah, I got some stuff. Yeah, not too much. It'll be really fast. So
Yeah.
I'll do this real quickly. So I've been collecting a lot of Witchblade stuff, or stuff that's kind of like under the radar, books that's kind of hard to find. So this one right here, there's only 250 of them worldwide. So I got this one. Not too sure what number that is.
Okay.
I think this is number 84. Witchblade 84. There's only 99 of these worldwide. So I picked this one up. It looks like a pencil sketch. It's not. It's actual cover. But both of these are Euro variants. Again, only 99 of these worldwide.
That was dope.
I found this variant with cable. Didn't really know anything about it. This was a strict cover buy. I saw this, had to pick it up. This is number 3 or 4 variant.
That's dope cover.
Honestly, I just picked it up just because I liked it.
Yeah.
I gave this to David a long time ago as an AOK, and I just wanted to get mine back.
Yeah. Okay.
Of Optimus Prime, so I finally got this one back. I got it at a really good price. Right now, not too many people are talking about it, so I picked it up. Just had to get this variant. Super stoked on having this.
That's sick.
I pick this book up every time I see it, especially if I get it at a cheap price. The Batman Incorporated number 3 variant. Anytime I can find this, and it is an all black book, so really got to watch in the condition.
It's hard to get a 98 on that.
Yeah, really hard to get in the 98, but I found this one, picked this up, and so I got this new job. And my new job is actually closer to more comic shops now, because all the comic shops that I used to be by, they all closed down. And so I went in and I saw this book. I had to pick it up.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So I had to pick up a text on it. Yeah, so this is first cover appearance of Abomination, I think. I'm like about 99.
Yeah, it's the first cover appearance and it's his second appearance.
There you go. That's something I wanted to talk about, but Joker only wanted me to list on 2, so I didn't think that was fair.
Now we can talk about that next time, though, bro. I got you, man.
But anyway, so over here, so Tales to Astonish, number 91. I just saw it, and there is a, what do you call that? The crease that you get down the middle when they subscribers crease.
The subscription crease, yeah.
And I don't know, for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's just the old me. I thought that was kind of cool that somebody actually had this as a subscription back in the day. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I hate to know the fact that that's how they mailed it to you, but it is what it is. And yeah, I wanted to pick this up. I just thought it was actually a cool cover. I mean, the art is a little bit rubbish compared to what we know now, but I think it's so classic, and I think it just lives and breathes like old school like comics. Yeah. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I even love the fact that there's a little bit of like it's not white, you know, it's kind of, I know we want that 9.8, but for some reason this book, when I saw it in the condition, I was like, you know what? I love this book. So that's all I picked up, man. Nothing crazy this past week.
That's a good pickup, man.
That is.
Thank you. I guess supposedly there's some hype on Abomination, so I don't know. I'm going to keep it, though. I just think it's a dope book. I love it, man.
Yeah, I have the previous issue to that. I don't have the first cover appearance of
you know what's so crazy that you said that you're not gonna flip it, right? Because the thing, but you know what? All these new books that have been coming up because of Kang and because of all these shows, like all these Cap books and all that, all those books that are like Copper Age and so kind of you could say modern books or whatever. Everyone's flipping those like crazy. But if a book goes up that's a Silver Age book because of a movie, nobody wants to flip that.
Yeah,
everybody wants to keep it, you know what I mean? Because it's all like nostalgic and so like it's hard to find as it is already, you know what I mean? So the fact that it has value because of a show or a movie, that you want to keep it even more. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a Miles Morales book where you want to get it so you can make that money off of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because there's so many of those copies out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But a book like that, even though it's got hype now because of the thing, you really, us collectors like us, we don't really want to flip it. You know what I mean? You want to keep it.
I don't, man. I kind of, I don't know. I just like it. I don't know. Maybe like I said, like when I first started collecting versus now, and honestly, that's only 5 years, really. Like really getting hardcore into it. It's only been literally 5 years. I think the comic collecting now has changed right now, and the appreciation for my book is so much better. So when I go hunting, like stuff like this, like I know a lot of people really don't care. I know, but for me to find a book that I was looking for, it's a rare book or something like this, like, yeah, I'm starting to appreciate it. I'm starting to appreciate it like a lot more.
Don't say for people don't care, because I already know a lot of people that like that type of Witchblade stuff.
Yeah.
You freaking Gomez. If you watch Mike Morello's all the fucking cover fires and cover tunes that he does, it's all like Red Sonja and shit like that.
No, that's true. I mean, I guess what I'm getting at is I guess the majority of people, there's a small community that really seek after these books and stuff. That's true. I mean,
okay, Roman.
There we go. Look at this guy.
Roman.
Hey, this is my first time with East West.
Wow, you don't remember? No, this is like your third time, bro.
You sure?
Yeah, man.
I was just honored to be on the show with the Boom and the Biggies. It's just a pleasure.
There you go.
Man, I'm telling you, hey, one day at the commission and talk a little bit, in front of the commission. That's how Big
in front of the commission.
In front of the commission, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Roman, real quick, man. I saw you in the chat that you was talking about that you had some books, man. You want to show them off, man?
Oh, okay, yeah. I went to a small little show today.
Okay.
So, I got to fill up everything from 1 to 100 with Avengers. So, I found a nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Fuck.
Great time to pick it up too. Great time to pick it up.
Since that was 64, or was that 62? I had my list of which ones I was missing.
Okay.
So that's 64. Here is 94.
Okay.
Here is 46. Here is 87.
Nice. There you go.
I had to replace my other one because it was low grade, so I found a nice high grade and he gave me a deal on this.
Okay. That's my book.
Whoa. Wait.
Hey, come on. I need that. I
know. I think I'm going to start hoarding them again.
What you got in that book?
I buy anything. Anybody that teams up with the Teen Titans and the Addiction.
Hold on, Roman. What you said, Doom?
I want to know what are you paying on Nova #1 now?
How much you bought that for? The Nova.
He had it for $295. I paid $225.
Damn, is that where that book has gone? Holy shit!
Yeah. For like a near mint copy. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
dude! Oh my god, what was like 50 to 100 maybe max back in the day?
Back in the day. 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Dude,
like
4
a year
years ago,
ago.
a 9.8 was $100 3 years ago.
Yeah, 2, 3. Oh my.
That guy's kind of high on my, but you got to find the books that he's reasonable about. And he got like a Blade up there for like $5,000, first Blade. X-Men 94 for $3,700. He got in the raw like that.
Damn.
So I knew this one guy. He sells all his books at $5, and they're all crispy clean. So I was building up my Daredevil 149, and I found out I had about 6 or 7 Luke Cage. So now I'm on a Luke Cage kick. So all these Luke Cages in crispy condition were $5 a piece.
You heard they re-character or whatever.
Recast it for Luke Cage?
Yeah.
That sucks, man. The guy who played it on Netflix was dope.
So I got all these for the collector's zone. He said all his books were $5. Everything. Except for one rack. He had one rack up and everything else was $5. So all these books out of nostalgia. Patrick Duffy played this from Dallas.
The fuck is that?
When I was a kid, he played the man from Atlantis. A man, Patrick Dudley from Dallas. They played Bobby Ewing.
Yeah. Okay.
But all these books,
Marvel team
Crispy
ups.
clean, $5 a piece. So I was
Damn.
grabbing them. X-Men King Size Annual, them in Fantastic Four.
Isn't that
X-Men and Fantastic Four I grabbed.
All $3. That is a win. The facts is
Oh, the first White Tiger. Yo, that's the first Puerto Rican in comics.
Yo, I don't know what the deal is. This is a hard to find cover. They said so.
Yeah, go ask Marky.
Yeah, that's Marky. I guess this is the whole set. This was $5 for the whole set.
Okay.
So anything Ultimate I grab now too.
Was this today?
Yep, today at the little con. Spider-Man Daredevil team up.
You guys had a little con or something? What was it?
Yep. Then I'm on a Tomb of Dracula kick, so I bought all the covers. That's him and Deacon Frost on that cover. Blade and Deacon Frost.
Might want to change that bag real quick.
Yo, like 2 years ago, I sold almost a whole run of that Tomb of Dracula for like $50.
There's Blade and Dracula. Another Blade and Dracula. Blade and Hannibal King on that cover.
Okay.
Back to the Avengers. I got this from somebody else. Yeah, 63.
Oh, I like that cover, yeah.
And I needed 76, so you had that one too.
Would it be easier to just ask you what you didn't pick up?
Daredevil 11.
Yeah, I got a few books.
I wasn't doing a haul, but I just hijacked this show.
Where do you put your books when you go to a con? You put it in your backpack. You got what do you
got
have?
one of those boxes to hold, open up and fold and put them in.
Wait, the store folios?
Yeah.
I
got 2 of those.
You sure that
yo, Doom, you gotta show us how you make those homemade ones with a priority box, yo.
Yeah, word.
I do use the Spidey boot box, whatever.
Yeah, that works too.
That works too.
Yeah, I'll be bringing those. That and the box heroes.
So, this one guy, I got both of these books for under 400. I got both these books together for under 400.
It was a comic show.
All right,
nice. Okay.
Damn. Under 100.
Under 400 for both of them.
Oh.
I don't know why I always buy this if it's cheap.
Is that the one with the air on the inside?
I don't know.
Am I thinking of the right book with the?
No, that's the wrong book, Doom. You talk about Dazzler number 1.
Is the other one? Yeah.
It's Dazzler number 1 you're talking about.
Yeah. It's the black one with the. It's not Alex Ross, but yeah, it's a different cover.
That's 34. I bought this here. He gave me a deal on it.
It's a crossover
Super Scrub.
Ooh, I want that.
Oh, I like that one.
I need that. Let me
see what else we got.
Bronze Age and yellow covers, man.
Like some more Daredevils.
Oh, look! Yeah. Put that back up. No, not that one. The other one.
Oh shit! There you go, Mike Morello. Hey,
we just talked about that book today.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then a couple Nottinghams.
Oh, later printings. Okay.
I had this set before. I sold it. Now I got it back. This dude was basically selling this book for $300.
Oh.
And he
Roman, did you get the X-Men lot that you won from me?
Yeah. They connecting covers.
Okay. All right. I see.
So he give you these 2 free, and this one goes for about $150.
Okay.
Right here, Superior Spider-Man. You buy this one, you got these 2 free.
You bought that for $300?
$300 the whole set. I had it before. I sold it for like $450.
That Campbell's easy to find, man.
Doc Savage.
Oh, there you go. Dwayne Johnson.
I needed this book here.
Okay.
Wolverine Origins.
The first appearance, right? Dakin?
Yeah, Dakin.
Dakin.
Here's a book. I bought this because Thoro was talking about it.
So, that's first, yeah.
Yeah, that's been a hot book for a couple of years already.
It's still a hard book, yeah.
And last but not least, because I got rid of all my Iron Fists, but I had a complete one.
Oh, Saber-Tooth? Okay.
Nice. I gotta get another one. I regret selling my copy to BLC.
Yo, you have a few of them shits, Roman. What are you talking about?
I had 2 and I sold them.
Okay.
This is a higher grade now. This is a higher grade one, and I only got one set of Iron Fists. I had 3 sets of Iron Fists.
So you can tell me that one.
MVS is attached.
The Marvel stamp is on there.
Yeah, everything's in there.
Value stamp.
Yeah.
I mean?
You gotta make sure.
You can tell me that one now, bro.
You can see it in his eyes. He didn't check. This fucker didn't check.
Nah, I didn't check. I just hey. Come on,
it
he
should
wouldn't
be
do me like that, would he?
Nah, I hope not.
I hope not. We're gonna see.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
We're gonna check page 13 too.
Yo, Roman, don't feel bad. That just happened to me in fucking New Hampshire. I bought the first appearance of Iron Fist, and I didn't realize that the Marvel value stamp wasn't there.
What page would it be on?
That should be towards the end.
Damn.
I think that one has an MVS, if I'm correct. I'm trying to think. Or was it that one had a different price variant? I'm trying to think.
That one has a different price variant.
It does, right?
Yeah. I saw that for $130. I needs that too, bro. I needs that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So maybe it doesn't have a value stamp.
I'm trying to think if that one.
Maybe it's not supposed to have one.
It was either that or it had a price variant. I know it was one of the two.
No, I know that
I
has a
got
price variant.
variant, but
Yeah, there's a price variant to
The
that.
price variant is the one that goes for like cuckoo money, right?
yeah. No,
Okay,
no Marvel something here.
Okay, never mind then.
Yo, what I was gonna tell you is, are you gonna submit those books for Roman? Well, that book, I should say.
This one?
Yeah,
I
you're
probably will.
All right, what you sending it to? You send it to Express CBP?
I'm gonna send it to the commission and let them look at it and let them send it off to CBCS.
Hey, you saw any of those signs at your comic shops? The one we're gonna price books at the register.
Oh, what else I have?
What are you looking for?
I don't know what he's looking for, but I mean, have you encountered that in your shop, Roman?
What?
When you take a whole bunch of books, you take them and they price them out on the counter. They go to eBay and they price them out.
Hell no. My LCS, he has 12 employees steadily working. The one I like to go, both of them. I got 2 steadily working to keep their prices updated.
Okay, good.
You're not gonna go in there and woo. And then they got one guy because they don't really understand specking the owners. Their pricer, whoever that is that grades their books and whatnot for the store.
Yeah.
He puts out a memo. They got 3 stores. He puts out a memo what books. Ooh, this is just got hot, and they'll grab it before and take it down. At night or after. They won't do it. They would never do that to you. In the store like that.
Okay, good.
He left the Moon Knight, first Moon Knight. Werewolf by 932 at $1,000, 7.5, sitting there through the heat. When it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody bought it because nobody comes to that store looking for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody finally bought it. One guy finally bought it. He spent about $1,500 in the store, but he had it for $1,000, the 7.5.
Mm.
But like I said,
graded? It was graded?
Yeah.
Oh.
Great. Hey, they send their stuff to CBCS, the monopoly LCS. They send their stuff to the CGC to get clean, pressed and clean, and great.
Mm.
Like one of the managers came to me the other day and she said, "Yeah, I sent my book off. I guess I should have came to you first." They charged like $60 just to press and clean. So she got that Marvel, Captain Marvel 17 with Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
The second print.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be a 9.8, but I think a 9.4, 9.6. She's spending $200 and something to get it pressed, clean, and graded from CGC.
Yeah, you never use pressing cleanings from the.
They don't know about LCS. They don't know about that kind of stuff. My LCS.
200.
And she thinks she's gonna. She just sent it like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. She thinks she's gonna get it back before Christmas. I said no.
Wait, hold up. You said $200 to just press and clean?
Press and clean and grade.
Oh.
So she thinks she's gonna get it back before the show starts. I told her, you're not getting that book. I said, worry about selling that book next year. You're not gonna get that book back before the show starts. It's impossible. They don't know. My LCS that's how they do things. You got E-Ride over here pressing and clean for $10, and you send it to these fools at CGC, and then and now E-Ride gives you a discount too. And she said he's paying $200. Think of the money she lost. She's sending over there to make money. She's sending over there to get it pressed, clean, and graded so she can sell it to make money. She's already $200 into the book. Come on.
You know what? You know what CBC pressing is? They stack the books on top of each other.
Yeah, that's how they press their shit.
And then, you know how they clean it? They just wipe the dust off. That's the clean. Stack of the books is the press. So,
they might.
I'm telling you, man. People will use CGC just for that extra 20% that they'll get if they sell it, whatever it is right now, 20 to 50% that they get.
Yeah, for the fair market value. Yo, Roman, you need to tell your LCS to sub up East meets West. They need to sub up New York Warriors, and they need to sub up Keep It Thoro Comics so they can learn.
Yeah, they don't do specking. They're pure over there. So when I came there one day when they finally said Bitterroot was getting what's the name, getting they had like 5 number ones on the shelf to the side. They got the new books. Here's the semi-old books, a month, 2 months old. I went in there, and my man Keon, he seen me grab all 5 of those and walk up to the counter. He said, "Oh, this must be something going on with this book, huh?" And they just price it out and get it to you, walk out the store.
Cover price.
They ain't worried about no.
All right.
If it's hot, it's hot. Now they'll get them. Like I said, that price man will send them a memo, 1 per customer. This is the one you should only get 1 per customer or something like that. That day of.
Yeah.
But if you come there that night and the next day and they all sitting there, walk up to the counter.
That means that you're kind of telling us that we need to make a trip to Detroit so we can clean out that store.
I go in there joking. I walk through the door. Hey, y'all got that 1 for 77 joint? They just start laughing. If they got it, they'll put it to the side for me or whatever.
Yeah, it sounds like the best LCS ever. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
They pure. They don't spec. They come to work to read the books so they can say, you ask them about a book, that all the people that work there know about a certain book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody in there
was like that too.
They read the books and they pure. Yeah. They'll just read the book in the store and put it back on the shelf, and they're not even buying the book.
Yeah. My LCS would read everything that came out, everything. Any new book that comes out, they used to read everything. So it was a great shop to come in and just like if you want to pick up new stories and stuff like they could tell you everything about the book. But they didn't really speculate too much, and then everything was always priced, and everything was always priced reasonably too.
Yeah.
Me and Erod used to clean them out, but he didn't care because he always bought everything low enough that he could still make a profit out of it. And as long as the new books were moving and his stock was moving, that he was good. He was making money. He didn't care about like if a book is going for $300 and he only sold it for $60. But if he only paid $5 for it and he sold it for $60, he's happy as hell.
Yeah. And a lot of LCSs actually get that. They get people coming in, bringing in their collections all the time, and the money that they give the people that's trying to sell their collections is low enough where they can profit off of these things.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, the guy came in, we called 1 for 100. They sold it for cover price. He said, "What I'm gonna say? That man spent $500 a week with me. Big deal.
That's another thing, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's spending $500 a week, on new books every week. If he gets out of here because we slip up on a ratio variant, big deal. Because he's coming back next week to make up for it. You know what I'm saying? They look on the list. They got a list of who the top customers are. They can go right there on that computer. Whoa, Roman Curtis. Okay, he's in the top 5. Take care of him. Whatever he wants to do, take care of him when he's in the store.
That's the way you got to do it, though.
Everybody know I'm in a wheelchair. I go, they walk around the store. They walk around the store with me, pull the books down for me. Whatever I want, they walk around the store, take care. Hey, I can't get this one or that one. They get it for me. Hey, they say, hey, they'll stop people. They stop people one time. Craig, he was first in line. All y'all trying to rush by him. He was first in line, so the first book he wants, he gets because he was first in line. Y'all people run by you in the store when I'm trying to get to the back, and they let me get mine first. So they take care of it.
Roman gotta fucking hurry up with his wheelchair.
Yeah. It's been many a time I'll be like this. I'm waiting for somebody to come help me. Zoop. And I missed the book. So, they said the one time the owner was like, he was outside, he was first in line, he get first choice of whatever book he wants. Then the rest of y'all go ahead.
Yo, Roman, when they do that, you should have run over their feet with your wheelchair, yo.
Motherfucker. Yeah.
I'd have missed many a book like that. They said the owner said, man, if you want the damn book, if you first in line outside the store, and then whatever your first choice is when you come in, you get it. We'll hold everybody up for a second. Then the mob can go crazy.
Well, yeah, man. Yeah, this topic, man, we can always talk forever about this shit, you know. But we're gonna close this out, man, guys. With this, appreciate Biggs, appreciate Roman passing through, and Broski, man. I know Broski had a little thing to go to, so appreciate you guys. But yeah, man, let's say our last words, man. My man Roman, what you got going on, bro?
Not much. I'm on a Damon Wayans kick, so everybody get the Tim Drake and get the Damon Wayans books. So you know. Hey,
listen.
I caught a deal the other day for that 1 for 10 variant for $6.55. I hit two guys up there. I kept looking at 5 in the morning. Two different guys on eBay. So don't give up on eBay yet. Had them for $150 a piece. I studied the pictures. I offered both of them $130. Both of them took the $130.
Okay.
Two different guys. But that 6055 Kubert 1 for 10 variant for Damien.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell you what AB Comics was selling then.
Damn.
AB Comics had that book. He had the regular and the variant for a really good price. So I won't even tell you. But
yeah, AB Comics is good, man. I buy books from him all the time.
I'm not getting his alerts, bro. I gotta see what's up.
Because I just missed out on somebody who was selling them for $280 a piece, and I offered him $200, and I missed out that he was gonna take the $200. So this is even a bigger deal for me. So,
but you know what, Roman, you're being smart right now. You're picking up all the young characters for DC while everybody's checking out Marvel. You're doing the smart thing, man, right now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, all this Jessica Cruz stuff, all of these new characters for DC, John Kent, Damian Wayne, all of them, anybody, everybody.
Like the Damian Wayne, I got the whole series now with the sketch variants too.
The bad
sketch
thing
ones are nice.
Yeah, the bad thing is that DC's not making the movies as well as Marvel, but that's why you can pick up these books really right now at a really great time, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
essentially DC's going to have a turnaround. It's going to have to happen.
It's going to happen. It's bound to happen. It's bound to
DC's going to have a turnaround. Something's going to happen. And all these new characters right now with DC that's not getting as much love as they should. I'm telling you. So smart buy, man. Really.
Yeah. We've been preaching that shit. Yes, definitely, man. Right now is the time to buy your DC.
Dude on what now? Every time
right now.
The book.
That's all I gotta say.
55, that variant is a dude on. You know, it was something. It goes for $300-400 in the auctions. You know what I'm saying? I never can catch it at a low price. So that's the lowest price I ever caught one of those at was $130.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Biggs, what you got going on, bro?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if we're going to have a show tomorrow night because I have to head back to Jersey after work. So I don't know what time I'm going to get home, so I don't think I can.
Kingdom Comics, another one. You got to wait another one.
Yeah, you know what it is with the whole move thing is like my schedule's real crazy now because, you know, all this back and forth to get things on, like, you know, cable, gas company. Then I'm getting deliveries throughout the week and stuff like that. So it's tough.
I might invite him next week. I'll probably invite him on my show next week.
You know, so yeah, so I don't know. There's no way I'm gonna, because I'm gonna be at work all day. Then from after work, I'm gonna shoot to Jersey. I don't know how long I'm gonna be there. By the time I get home to come and set up for a show, there's no way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's gonna happen. But on Tuesday, I'm clear. So Tuesday, I'll be on Keep It Thoro's channel for the Indie Spotlight on that, and then Wednesday, our CBCS Hot List, video by Eric Norton from CBCS. That should be dropping on Wednesday, at 10 a.m. And then I have comics and coffee scheduled stuff for Saturday. So,
okay,
because when we go Saturday, when we leave Saturday, it's gonna be like like midday. So we could do comics and coffee in the morning before I start my day on Saturday.
One thing I hate about comics and coffee is the fact that it's on at 4 a.m. Hawaii Standard. I'm like, I want to watch the show because honestly, Coffee and Comics is probably one of the most refreshing podcasts that we have right now in the comic community. It's honestly one of the most refreshing things we have. It's got a different vibe, but it's on at 4, my guy. And I made it on one time. I'm like, you know what? I got to make it because it's such a refreshing show. It's so different. Everybody's attitude is, different because it's a morning show, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of the greatest podcasts that's on right now. But like fucking 4 a.m. Jesus.
Man, yo, Doom, that means a lot coming from you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have a lot of fun doing it. It actually, I enjoy so much. It starts my day off like really well,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it is honestly one of the most refreshing shows that's out there right now. Yeah, and
Thank you,
Manny
man.
smiles for sure.
Manny does smile. Yes, he does.
Yeah, yeah. No, you know what? And I can't just say, I'm saying thank you from all of us, because alone I can't do it. You know, my man Joker's been always there for me on that. My man MannyNYC be on there. BLC gets on when he can, when he's off. Art Kemist whenever he's not working in the morning, and Anthony's been on there as well lately. So I want to thank all my guys, because and everybody in the chat that supports it, man. Thank you guys.
And just to let everybody know, I've actually got the honor to hang out with Manny for like about 2 days here in Hawaii. He's a pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants that out there.
I know that. Yo, real quick, touching on that, meeting Manny. I know you see everybody on YouTube see Manny here, and he's he's that hard ass, like, it's like fucking attention span is like this big on YouTube. You know what I mean? But in person, man, he's a nice dude, man. He's a very nice dude. So yeah, man, get to know Manny. Listen, comics are great. Just met Manny last Wednesday, right? And they took a picture together. I'm sure he'll tell you. You know what I mean? Thanks for what he said. Thanks for the love, Doom, and man, for the shout out, Biggs. Yeah, definitely, man. It's all love here, man. All love. Doom, what you got going on, brother?
Nothing, man. I'm opening up a new company here in Hawaii, so I'll be busy. I might be opening. I might be available on next Sunday, and then after that, I have no freaking clue, man.
Yeah.
Roman Curtis might have to take my place after this as the new comic pimp of the community. But I'll make it when I can make it, man.
I know.
Nothing much, man. I mean, I don't have to do a haul because I already did it over here.
Yeah,
honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to never say never, right? But the fact is the new shop that I'm opening up is literally by like 2 or 3 new comic shops. So who knows? I might be comic shopping more than I used to. So I don't really know. I might not be able to make the podcast, but who knows? Maybe more videos than I've ever done before, because just the fact that I'm like next to 3 comic shops. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna say anything, but
he's losing the comic coffee.
Just golfing and enjoying life, man. So it's been good,
Definitely, man. There you go. You got people saying congrats to you for your new stuff going on, man. Definitely, man. Appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Doom will be here whenever he can. You know how he is with Sundays. He'll be here next week. He says. We're trying to get Kingdom Comics. My man Tito. I know. He was supposed to be on the Warriors show, and Big's got things going on, and hey, listen, man. We get you, Tito. You know what I mean? It's all right.
You're not missing anything, man, with that.
Oh man, but yeah, again, man, like I said, Broski was here, man. Appreciate Broski for passing through. You already know, man. My West Coast Connect. Let me see if I have anything going on. Yeah, besides Indie Spotlight on Tuesday with Thoro, big CBCS hot list, and our CBSI cover fire with Mike Morello on Thursday with our new comic day reviews, and our CBSI FOC final order cutoff, guys, with East Beach West on Fridays, guys, at 12 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune into that. My man Josh Grav does the list for CBSI for FOC. So that's always, it's been fun doing those videos. And then every Sunday, man, our show here, man. So if we miss out, I'll let y'all know. Other than that, Coffee and Comics also, I'm there too. Yes, look, my man Steven. David. He said, "Good luck on your adventure, Steven." There you go. Great show, guys.
Hey, your city is okay, dude. What the frick is going on?
Anyway, man, I just want to say thank you everybody in the chat for staying with us, man. Appreciate everybody, man. It was a great show, man. Hope everybody enjoyed their weekend, and I'll see y'all next week, man. Later.